I'm Geetanjali Chakrabarti, your science teacher, and today I'm here to demonstrate a simple activity which is based on neutralization reaction. We have all studied about acids and bases. Acids, we all know, are sour in taste, they're highly dangerous. Bases are bitter in taste and they are soapy to touch. Now, what is a neutralization reaction? When an acid is mixed with a base, this reaction is called as a neutralization reaction, and the products that are formed are salt and water. Now today I am here to show a simple neutralization reaction to you, and there are various examples of neutralization reaction in our everyday life. For example, if you are bitten by an ant, right, the entire skin area, you can feel that red inflammation. It gives you a burning sensation. So to control or to balance that burning sensation, what can be done is you can apply a base. You can apply a calamine solution, which is easily available in any medical store. Calamine solution is nothing but a base. So this burning sensation that you are having in your skin because of the bite of an ant, that is controlled by applying a base. Now, one more very common example is the problem of indigestion, the problem of acidity. We all have experienced this at some point or the other. During this feeling of indigestion, you must have, or acidity, you must have seen there is a burning sensation in the food pipe, right? The stomach feels disturbed, right? So why this happens? This is because of the excessive production of acid in our stomach. And to neutralize the acid, what we do is, the best thing we can do is that we can have a glass of chilled milk from the freezer. That works as the best natural base for us. But there are other options also. There are bases available in the market. You see this. There is an antacid written here. There are Digene, there are Gelisil, there are Digene tablets also available in the market. So these are common antacids which can be taken to neutralize the acidity problem that you're having. Now what happens actually in the stomach is our stomach produces HCl. Now this HCl is very important. This production of HCl is very important. Why? Because it kills the bacteria which are present in the food. There are times we eat stale food, we eat food from roadside, street side. We eat food which is infected, contaminated. So in that case, bacteria also come along with the food. So this HCl actually kills those bacteria. Plus, there are so many gastric digestive enzymes in our stomach which are in an inactive form. They become active only in an acidic medium, and that acidic medium is provided by HCl. But the problem arises when there is an excessive production of this HCl. Because when this HCl is produced in an excessive quantity, what happens? It actually ruptures the walls or the inner lining of the stomach, and it can cause serious problems like stomach ulcers. So it's very important, if you're suffering from acidity or indigestion, you need to balance or counterattack that problem by taking a base, right? So in the simple experiment that I'm going to show you today, I'm going to show you this neutralization reaction between an acid and a base, especially during the case of indigestion. So first I'm going to talk about the materials that we'll be needing in this experiment. I had some materials available at home, so I'm going to be using that. With some limited resources, I'm going to be performing this experiment. Now, the first important thing is you need a spoon, because I didn't have a glass rod here, so I'm going to be using a spoon. Then I've taken a glass of water, simple tap water. Okay, then there are 2 glasses that I've taken on which I'm going to perform the experiment for you. Then this is Digene, or an antacid that I've taken. This antacid actually contains a base, and the name of the base is milk of magnesia. Or in a more chemical term, if I tell you, it's magnesium hydroxide. Now, yes, you have to be very careful when you deal with this. This is actually the acid, slightly concentrated. This is hydrochloric acid. The chemical formula is HCl. It's very commonly available in India. It's commonly available in any grocery store, and it's usually used in our homes as a toilet cleaner. So before I perform this experiment in front of you, I request, it's a word of caution for all of you, please don't try it at home, because this acid is highly dangerous. It might burn your skin. So please don't perform it at home, right? So now we begin with the experiment first, and then I'm going to talk about the chemical reaction which takes place, right? Now, I've simply taken a clean glass, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the Digene or an antacid to it. Okay, now it's important that we dilute this antacid a bit so that it's easier for you to see the reaction. See, we dilute it and we stir it with a spoon. Okay. Now, in our next glass, what am I going to do is I'm going to pour this HCl. Be very careful when you're dealing with this acid. It's highly, highly dangerous. So what we do is we will put acid in this. Yeah. And again, like I diluted the base, I am also going to dilute this acid a bit. Can you see the fumes coming? So see, it's so dangerous. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is, to this acid, I'm going to add this base. So imagine this is the acid which is produced in our stomach, and to get that relief from that acidity, what do? Is you add a base, and you will see that the acidity, the acidic concentration, how it diminishes, or it is balanced, or it's neutralized. So I'm pouring the base into the acid. We'll do it gently because we're dealing with acid here. Can you see this frizziness here? This is what happens in your stomach when you take a base. So I'm going to put more base, and yes. Now if you see very clearly, can you see the formation of salt here and water? Right? So the entire acid, it got neutralized by the base. This is the problem that we face in our stomach during acidity. The acidic concentration, the HCl which is produced, that can be neutralized by drinking or by taking a base. Now we'll quickly move on to the chemical formula here. See, acid plus base gives you salt and water. So in this experiment, the acid that we used was HCl. What is HCl here? It's hydrochloric acid. So how do you write this? Hydrochloric acid. To this hydrochloric acid, we added a base or an antacid. And what is the formula? It is magnesium. Mg is for magnesium, and OH whole twice is for hydroxide. So what do we write here? Magnesium hydroxide. Now this results in the formation of a salt. And what is the name of the salt? It is called MgCl2. It is called magnesium chloride, and it gives you water, which you can see. It is water here, right? So this is the chemical reaction involved in this reaction. A very simple, basic neutralization reaction that I've tried to perform in front of you. Hope you liked it, but it's a request again, don't perform it at home, because the acid that we're dealing here can be dangerous for all of you. Thank you so much.